One of the biggest challenges that a drafter faces in orthographic projections is being able to visualize what the three-dimensional part looks like versus the two-dimensional views that he is projecting. And so we typically have students work on a series of what we call missing line problems, where we give you part of the information and have you project to figure out what the rest of the information looks like. And so this happens to be one of those problems, and I just want to kind of walk you through some of the steps that you can use to figure out where the missing lines are. You notice that the side view and the top view only have an outline. They don't have any other lines. In the front view, you can see that there's a hole that goes through the part. You can see there's a notch on the back, there's a notch on the top, and there's a sloped surface. And so the way to approach this is to use construction lines to begin to project those features. And so let's project the hole first. So what we would do is we would slide up to the bottom of the hole where we're tangent, and we would use construction lines to project across. We'll go up to the center line, do the same thing, project that across, and go up to the top of the hole and project that across. Okay, so right now you can see that we have three lines. They're fairly light because they're just construction lines. That gets us all of the features we need for the hole in this view. Okay, now let's take this notch. The bottom of that notch is going to have to appear in that view, so we'll go up, catch the bottom of the notch, project it across. Okay. We will also see the corner of the slope here. So we're going to project that across. Okay, the next thing we run into is the bottom of the notch on top. We'll project that across. And finally, the top of the slope. Let's project that across. Okay, so we've projected all of the features that appear in the front view. We already had the bottom, it was here. We already had the very top, it was here. And we knew what the depth dimension was. But all of these other features are going to show somewhere in this side view. Some will be visible object lines, such as this corner and this corner. And the balance of the lines will be hidden lines, meaning the features are there, but when we look at it from that direction, they're blocked out. And so we show hidden lines as dashed lines to represent those features that are blocked out. Okay, so I'm going to change pencils. Because I have object lines, I'm going to take my 0.9 pencil and I'm going to start at the top of the drawing and I'm going to begin to darken my object lines. And so where this corner is, it's going to create an object line all the way across in the side view. So I'll come over here, keep my pencil straight up and down, and work that back and forth a couple of times to get that to fill in nice and dark. Okay, I've got that object line. Now I'll slide down to the next corner, which is the bottom of the slope. Come over to my construction line here, and darken it in. Once again, go over it 2 or 3 times to make sure it's nice and black. Okay, the balance of the lines that are being projected are all hidden lines. And they also need to be dark, but they don't need to be as thick. So I'm going to use my 0.5 pencil that has a softer lead. It will be H lead. And I'm going to put in my hidden lines, which will just be dashed lines. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to work my way from the top down. That way I won't have a chance of smudging as much. So I'm just going to carefully put in some 1/8 inch lines to represent the hidden lines. This takes a little bit of time to get them in there and get them even, try and get them the right size, and get the spacing correct on them. There's my hidden line. You can see that the dashes are about 1/8 inch long and the space in between is about 1/32 of an inch. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see that. Okay? And so that's what a hidden line looks like. And we'll go ahead and darken in the balance of these hidden lines. Okay, through a little video magic, you'll notice that our hidden lines have been darkened, and you can see all of them. This hidden line represents the bottom of the hole. This hidden line represents the back of the notch. You notice we have the center line, different line type. That represents the center of the hole. This hidden line is the top of the hole. And finally the bottom of the notch. And so we've got the side view all built. We would continue the process now to project everything that we would need in the top view. So we'll go through the same process that we did before. We'll start over here on the left and we'll come across. When we run into a different surface, we've got the bottom of this notch. We'll project that up into our top view. We come to the edge of the next notch. We'll project that up into our top view. Get to the other side of the notch, we'll project that. We get to the hole, we'll project the edge of the hole. Get to the center line of the hole, we'll project that. And we missed this corner, so let's back up and pick up that corner. We get to the other side of the hole, we project that. And finally we get to the end of the part and we already have that projected. And so just like we did in the side view, we would go ahead and add the appropriate line type to each of these lines that we have projected. And once again, with the help of a little video magic, you'll notice that we've got all of our lines darkened in. Hidden line for the notch, object line for the top of this notch, object line for the top of this notch, hidden line for the side of the hole, center line for the center of the hole, hidden line for the other side of the hole, object line for the corner, and of course the two end lines that were already there. And so we have completed the process of finding all of the missing lines in this particular project. We projected everything up from the front view. We projected everything over from the front view into the side view.